How's everybody doing today? I got a market update on X and Y sold prices and listed prices on eBay. And the reason why I ran across this is because I was looking to pick up some packs, some older packs, and some of the older boxes like Flashfire and Phantom Forces. And there's a Galady X box that I've been looking at over time, and I just never. I think I bought out one or two of them, and I was going to buy some more, but they were never like cheap as I would like to buy them, and I just forgot all about them. And then all of a sudden I see one sold, so I started doing some more looking around, and lo and behold, I come across some crazy crap in the XY universe. Like for instance, Roaring Skies is almost at the $5,000 mark, and most of the stuff, like there's one listed for $4,800, and everything else is like $6,000 or more. So anyway, this is for August of this year. This is the sold column. This is the lowest listed column. So first we have XY Base, which sold for $4,000. Flashfire sold for $11,000. See, I was looking to pick up a few packs. And the other ones that are listed, the lowest listed is $15,000 for one box of Flashfire. Furious Fist is $4,400 sold, and then the lowest one listed is $6,000. And I've been telling you guys for a couple years now that I think Phantom Forces is going to beat Flashfire, because Flashfire hit a wall for a while and was stuck at the $4,000 mark. Now it's jumped over that wall. But look at Phantom Forces. $12,700 is what it sold for, and the cheapest one listed is $12,800. Look at that. So then we got Primal Clash, which is, yucky, $2,700, $2,800. Roaring Skies. Every time I see Roaring Skies, I remember Rudy bashing Pokemon's Roaring Skies, saying how it was crap. Because, he had to pay like $50 a box for it, and he had a whole bunch of them, and they reprinted it, and he was complaining. Look at that, almost $5,000 a box. And after this one sells for $4,800, they're all $6,000. Ancient Origins, $5,500 is now $6,000. Breakthrough, $3,500 sold for, and actually there's one listed cheaper than that now. It's $3,200. Breakpoint, $2,200 and $2,600. This is mine. I have this listed. I'm probably going to raise it some. I bought a bunch of Breakpoint. I picked a loser here because these are the only ones that are lower than it. It seemed to they got worse as XY was winding down. Fates Clyde, $2,400 versus $2,300. Steam Siege is the dog of the set. $1,375 versus $1,500 is the lowest listed. Still, these are not cheap prices. I mean, $1,500, So if you have some of it, even though it is the dog of the XY set, it's still, that's a lot of money, $1,500. And Evolutions is $1,800 versus $2,000, and I have a star here because Evolutions is the most what's the word I'm looking for? Scammed, copied China crap set out there. So if you buy Evolutions, you got to be super careful that you don't buy a fake box, because it is the most copied box out there from China. So anyway, like I was telling you, this is 2025. So look. Here's a piece of paper that I wrote down back in the beginning of the year. So look at that. Look what Flashfire is, $4,000, and now it's $11,000. And Phantom Forces was $3,200. Now it's $12,000. And remember I said Roaring Skies, $1,000, and now it's almost $6,000. Okay, $5,000, $6,000. So I sold Ancient Origins for right in this group here. I've got a few more of them left. I should have held on to it because look what they're now. They're like $5,000 to $6,000. But this is crazy. I did not realize a lot of this stuff has gone up. Listen to this. So this is what you deal with when you deal with Pokemon. So I just had a guy ask me about my $2,600 box of Pokemon. He's like, "Oh, they're selling for a little bit less than that. Could you give me a better deal on it?" And then I looked at his stuff, and he had some real expensive box, and it was $22,000 that he had listed for. And I'm like, Would you sell your $22,000 box cheaper? He goes, well, I see how it is. You're going to be a smart ass. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm just saying, would you do the same thing for yours? And then, you know, it's like, you wait, the stuff's all going to go up. It's just how it is. Pokemon is like the #1 franchise in the world, and it has a high demand. People fight over this stuff. You just got to be careful that you don't get scammed. I mean, look how much this stuff has went up. 9/1/25 versus now. Also, too, I found another card when I was looking for that one card. Look at this. This is video number 38. See right there? People ask me, if I had $1,000, what would I spend $1,000 on? And I'm like, is it going to be newer stuff versus older stuff? And so I gave them some newer stuff. I says, buy some of this, and I'll buy 2 of these. Look what I told them to buy. Team Up, Unbroken Bonds, and Ancient Origins. Team Up. Team Up, $10,000 a box. I forget, you'd have to go look and see what the date of a video number 38 is, but that's a long time ago. Probably when this first came out, because look, Team Up was $240 a box. I didn't buy a lot of Team Up back then because it was expensive per box. I thought Unbroken Bonds and Ancient Origins would be a little bit better, so I bought a little bit extra of that. So, you know, I don't do everything perfectly. I do make some, it's not a mistake, it's just I just do things a little bit differently sometimes. I wish I would have went back in time and bought a whole bunch of Team Up. Anyway, look at this. Phantom Forces. I said if you buy $1,000 right here, spend $1,000 on the older stuff, what would I spend? Phantom Forces. $12,000 a box right now. Flashfire. Flashfire was a little bit more, so that's why the little asterisk there, because you have to go over $1,000. And then some of my other picks were these here. These are all good picks. Dragons Exalted, Legendary Treasures. Next Destinies, the Boundaries and Noble Victories aren't as good. But that was the video number 38. People kept asking me, if I had $1,000, what would I spend on? And this is basically the highlights of that video. I just want to post that out there. So if you remember that video, or if you want to look it up and watch me talk about stuff years ago. Anyway, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Talk to you later.